Welcome here. So we have covered around 70 number of questions. Here we will start with your question number 71. So the question is an electric motor in which both the rotor and starter field rotate with same speed. So the question is the rotor and starter field means rotor and starter both rotate with the same speed. Okay. So we know in your rotor, in your any motor case, your rotor and starter, two fields are there. The speed of the rotor is your NR and the speed of your starter field it is your NS. Starter is the stationary part, but whatever the flux rotated in the starter is known as your starter speed. Okay. So the question is, if both the speed are same, means NR is equal to NS. Okay. Whenever NR is equal to NS, then it is called which type of machine or which type of motor? First one is synchronous motor, second one DC motor, universal motor, then induction motor. Okay. So we know that for your NR equal to NS, that is your synchronous speed. NS is your called synchronous speed. Okay. So whenever your NR reaches about your synchronous speed, whenever your NR reaches the synchronous speed, it is called your synchronous motor. It is called your it will reaches your synchronous speed. So that is your synchronous motor. Okay. The option A is the correct choice. Okay. So moving to the next question. Coming to question number 72. The question is, which of the following lamp employs bimetallic strip? Okay. So bimetallic strip. Okay. So the meaning of the bimetallic strip is, bi means two. Bi means two. So two metals are there. Two metal strips. Two metal strips are there. Okay. So in which your two metal strips are there. So the options are your fluorescent lamp, mercury vapor lamp, incandescent lamp, then sodium vapor lamp. Okay. So the two metal strip is present in your fluorescent lamp. Okay. So how to remember this one? Look at the construction of fluorescent lamp. The fluorescent lamp is like that. This is the tube, and in the tube your like your two filaments are there. Okay. This is your supply, and again here from here your starter is present, and that starter, this is your starter, and that starter is having your capacitor. Okay. And the capacitor is having one bimetallic strip like that. Okay. So this strip is so connected. This is okay. So this is called your bimetallic strip. This is called your bimetallic strip. If you just remember the diagram, you just know the diagram, then you can remember that this is your capacitor, this is your starter, and in between the starter your capacitor is there, and this is your bimetallic strip is present. Okay. So from this option your fluorescent lamp is the correct choice. Moving to the next question. So coming to question number 73. The question, let T be the net torque developed. So T is given. T is the torque developed by the rotor, which runs at speed is given your omega radian per second, means your angular speed it is given. Then what is the mechanical power developed? So question is to find out the mechanical power. Okay. What is the mechanical power developed? The options are the four options are there. So with that question we will start to explain that what is your first one is what is your torque. So torque is your, you can say it is your twisting movement above of force about an axis. If I will say this is an axis or this is a rotation, and here it will rotate at omega radian per second, omega radian per second speed it is rotating, and if the force is acting like that, if I will say the force will act like that, this is your force F, and with the it is your radius R. Okay, this is rotating and with the radius of R. Then it can be said that, then you can say if you want to find out your I will say this is your speed, or you can say angular speed. Angular speed is omega radian per second. Okay, so our requirement is to find out the mechanical power. Okay, so before finding the mechanical power, if I will say work done, find out the work done. Your work done in moving or for one rotation, moving for your one rotation, you know that your work done is force into the distance. So the force will be your F, it is the force F, and the distance is, it is rotated in this path. So the length of the circle will be the distance. So the distance will be your F into 2 pi R. R is the radius. Okay, this is the joule. So this amount of work will be done. Okay, so find out the mechanical power. In the mechanical power, so the mechanical power, or you can say the power, is equal to how much? If I will say it is the work done for moving one rotation, for one rotation it is the work is done F into 2 pi R if it will rotate for n number of rotation. If the rotation is n number of rotation, means number of rotation is n. If the number of rotation is for, you can say for n rotation, the work done, what will be the work done? For n rotation, the work done will be your n into, n is the number of rotation, n into F into 2 pi R joule. Okay. 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 Then what is the power? What is the power? Now power is work done. Power, it will be your work done into work done per time. Per time means hour second time. Work done per time. Okay, what is the work done? Work done is here n into F into 2 pi then R then divided by what is your time? Time is in your second. So it is 60. Okay. Okay, and the speed omega, your angular speed omega, your omega speed written by it will be your how much? It will be your 2 pi n divided by 60. 2 pi n divided 60. Okay, this will be 2 pi n divided by 60. Then what can I do? Your if we simplify this one, this is 2 pi n by 60. We are having 2 pi n by 60. If we put here 2 pi n is here 60. So I am just simplifying this one. It will be your 2 pi n by 60. F into F into R into 2 pi n. 2 pi n divided by 60. Okay. Okay. So 2 pi n divided by 60, this will be your omega. Omega and F into R. F into R is your torque, force into distance. I have covered here for a force into distance is your force, and whatever the distance you will covering, it will be your torque. So I can say F into R, your F into R will be your, this one is your torque, and 2 pi n your 2 pi n is your angular speed, okay, into omega. Okay, so T omega will be your what is your mechanical power, means T omega watt. We are finding out here T omega watt, but so T omega, so omega T is present here, so this is your correct choice. Okay, so moving to the next question. So coming to question number 74, if an alternator is operating at unity power factor, then its terminal voltage is dash. Okay, here the alternator is operating at unity power factor is unity, then its terminal voltage is asked. So 4 options are there. So first we will discuss what is the your voltage regulation. Okay. Okay. So voltage regulation, I can say your voltage regulation. So voltage regulation, it is your sending end voltage minus receiving end voltage divided by receiving end voltage into 100. So this is in your percentage. Okay. So here some assumptions are there. We have to remember that whenever the alternator is operating at unity power factor, means your power factor is unity. So we are having 3 types of power factor. One is lagging, power factor lagging, then your unity power factor, then your leading. Okay, 3 power factors are there. So the unity power factor is for your resistive load. That means this is connected to with your resistive load. As it is said, it is unity power factor, means it is connected to a resistive load. It is connected to a resistive load. Then for lagging, it is your inductive load. Okay. This is the case of your resistive load. This is for your inductive load, and the leading, it is the case of your capacitive load. Okay, we are having 3 loads in resistive, inductive, and capacitive. So for your lagging and unity power factor, one assumption is there. In this case, what happened? Your whatever the terminal voltage, it will be less than the actual EMF produced. Whatever the EMF, it will be less than the EMF. Means your terminal voltage will be less. Okay. So for which case? For your, this one is one case. For lagging and unity power factor, your terminal voltage is less, and at that time your voltage regulation is your positive, and positive voltage regulation. So for your leading case, whenever it will be connected to capacitive load, then your terminal voltage V value will be your getting increases. Okay, and your power factor value will be negative. Okay, so these are 2 assumptions, that in your lagging and unity power factor, your terminal voltage will be less and power factor is positive, and for your leading case, your terminal voltage is more and power factor is negative. Okay. So here from these 4 options, your option number C is the correct choice, means less than the induced EMF and the positive voltage regulation. Okay, it is the less than the induced EMF and voltage regulation is positive. Okay, so moving to the next question. So moving to question number 75, the question is, a circuit is given here. Okay, so in the circuit shown, find the equivalent resistance. So it is to find out the equivalent resistance between the point A and B. So R equivalent, that means you have to find out R equivalent or R AB value. Okay. So if we consider the circuit, if we closely view the circuit is having some series and parallel resistance are there. But you have to solve the circuit like that, so that it will be easy for you to find out the equivalent resistance. Okay. So here the resistance is 50 ohm, 100 ohm, 30 ohm, 70 ohm and 50 ohm. So this path and this path, these two are your parallel path. Okay. So in between that, your 30 ohm and 70 ohm, this is in series. So you can solve this one. So I will draw the diagram again. If it will be your here, like that, and if you are solving these two, then you can find only one resistor. I am just drawing here one resistor and leaving the other resistor like, okay, the circuit will be like that. So this is your 50 and this is your 100 is present. This is your 30 plus 70, 30 ohm plus 70, because this is in series. So 30, 70, it is again 100, and this is your 50. Now these four are parallel. So, but if you solve these two, which one? If you solve this one and this one, okay. So this is 100 and 100 ohm. This is in parallel. Okay. If two resistors are in parallel, then the formula for a series resistance is, I am saying here, when our R1 and R2 are series, so R1 plus R2, and when the R1 and R2 are parallel, then it is your 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Whenever you are solving this one, you are getting your R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay. And if the R1 and R2 are the same, then your equivalent resistance will be your R by 2. Yes. So if you are solving this one, then after solving this circuit, we are getting here again your 50 ohm, and here only one resistor, and this is the resistor. So this is 50. So 100 and 100. So R by 2, it is again 50, and this is present also 50. And now you can solve, these two are parallel. Which one? 50 ohm and 50 ohm, these are parallel. Now again you apply this rule. Then whatever your circuit, the circuit will be like that, only 50 ohm resistance is there and a single resistance is there. Now you can say this is A and this is your B. This point is A point, this point is B point, which is present here also. Okay. Okay. Now it is 50, and this 50 and 50, it is R by 2, so it will be your 25. Your circuit is, this is the primary circuit, the circuit is getting divided here. First you solve these two, from these two you only solve this one. Which one? This one you have solved, and you are getting here 100 ohm. Then these two parallel you solved here 50, these two parallel you solved and getting here 25 ohm. Now you solve this one. This is in your series combination. So you are 50 and 25. You are getting your how much? 75. 75 ohm. Okay. So from this option A is your correct choice. Okay. So this is a simple series parallel problem. After practicing, you can solve other problem also. Okay. So moving to the next question. So coming to question number 76, the question is, the below symbol which is used in single line diagram represents this. The symbol is, this is the symbol. Okay. So the question is, what is the symbol? What is the symbol which is used in your single line diagram? Okay. So the options are your potential transformer, power transformer, current transformer and circuit breaker. So in your electrical system, numbers of system symbols are there, whichever you have studied in your electrical drawing. Okay, in your electrical drawing you have covered number of your symbols you have covered, and these symbols are very necessary for your single line diagram, for your study of your single line diagram. So this symbol, it is basically for your potential transformer symbol. Okay, so we will see other symbols. The power transformer, for your power transformer the symbol is like that. Okay, and for your current transformer the symbol is, this is for your current transformer. And your circuit breaker, number of symbols are there for circuit breaker, like that symbol is there, and this is also one type of symbol for your circuit breaker. Okay, so you have to just remember the symbols, okay, so that you can familiar with the single line diagram and study the single line diagram. So moving to the next question. So moving to question number 77, P equal to rho QHG is the water power equation. This is the water power equation, means how much of power is generated from that water. Okay, and here head H is the measured in meter, and G your gravity, that is gravity constant, is measured in meter second square. Then the measuring unit of Q, the flow rate of water is dash. That means here it is, question is to find out the unit of flow rate, and other options, and all the options are there. The options are your meter per hour, square meter per second, then meter per second, then cubic meter per second. And we know that whatever the water flowing in your river, whatever the water getting discharged after its useful work in your turbine, the flow of water is considered as a volume. It is considered as a volumetric calculation. That calculation, you can say this is your simple diagram of any rectangular volume. I am just drawing that. Okay, and this is your, if I will say this is your length, then it is your breadth, and this is your height. Okay, so the volumetric calculation, the unit is always cubic unit, that is cubic meter, centimeter, whatever. So here flow of water, that is the flow of water or discharge, is calculated in cubic meter. Okay, and another thing is that the rate is it is to find out the rate, means the question is to find out the rate. Rate means your per second, per time, and basically we are taking the time as second. So its unit is meter cube per second. Okay, meter cube per second. So the meter cube is otherwise called your cubic meter per second. So the option D is your correct choice. Okay, so moving to the next question. So moving to question number 78. In a capacitor starts single phase induction motor, the current in the options are here. Main winding leads the voltage, supply lines leads the voltage, then the starting winding leads the voltage, then the starting winding lags the voltage. Okay, so the question is, it is a capacitor start single phase induction motor. Okay, so we will draw the diagram first, then you can understood that how the figure is that, how the connection is that. Okay, this is the capacitor and this is your winding, this is another winding, and this is your rotor of the motor. This is your rotor. So it is your single phase capacitor, start. Okay, so this is your two windings, one is the rotor, these are the field winding, this is your switch is present here, and this is your static winding. Or it is called your auxiliary winding, or it is otherwise called your auxiliary winding. Auxiliary winding. And this is your capacitor, and this is your main winding, and this is your supply. Okay, this is a single phase supply. This is a main winding and the rotor. Okay, so as it is capacitor, and we know that the property of the capacitor is to lead the circuit. The property of capacitor will be always leading in nature. Okay, it will lead the circuit. So here what happened, and due to the presence of capacitor, your whatever the current in this, here current will be there, I. The current divide here to your static current and your main winding current. Two currents are there. So here what happened, your starting winding current will leads the voltage. Okay, your starting winding current will lead the voltage. It is the option number C is the correct choice. Here starting winding, this is as capacitor connected with your starting winding, so the current in this winding leads the voltage. Okay, this will be more than your voltage value. So it is your starting winding leads the voltage. Okay, moving to the next question. Moving to question number 79. An electric heater is connected across 230 volt and it drawn a current of 2 ampere. Then the resistance offered by the heater. Okay, so we are having one heater. Okay, so the equivalent is heater, and the heater is having your supply is 230 volt, it is given to the heater, and the current run after giving the supply, whatever the current run, it is 2 ampere. Okay, so we are having your three data here. One is 2 ampere and the voltage. So voltage is given V equal to your 230 volt and current I equal to your 2 ampere. Then the resistance offered by the heater. So it is to find out the resistance. Okay, so our requirement is to find out the resistance, and from the Ohm's law we know that your V equal to I into R, and your R, if you want to find out, it will be V by I. This is a simple formula. So V value is given 230 and your I value is given your 2. So if you calculate this one, this is your 150, yes, 150 ohm. Okay, so from the options you can find out the options your 115 to 30 na. So 115 ohm. Okay, so the first option is the correct choice. Okay, so moving to the next question. Moving to the last question of this class, it is question number 80. The coil is wound with 50 turns. Okay, so we are having one coil, and the coil is wound with 50 turns, and a current of 8 ampere produces a flux of 200 microweber. 200 microweber. Then calculate the inductance of the coil. So the coil, take that. This is a coil. Take that, this is a coil, and the coil is having 50 turns. So 50 turns means N is given, N is your 50. Then current of 8 ampere. So in the coil, whatever the current is flowing, it is I is your 8 ampere. Then produce a flux. Whatever the flux produced here, the flux phi is given 200 microweber. Okay, so how to find out what is the inductance? A simple formula is there. You have to remember the simple formula. Okay, so the formula is L. Your L is, these are the simple formula. In the previous question also there is the formula for Ohm's law from Ohm's law. Here the formula is L equal to N phi divided by I. This is the formula, N phi divided by I. You have to remember the formula. Okay, these are the simple formula. What are the formula? Very simple and easy formulas. So L equal N phi by I. So N is given here. What is N? 50. So N is your 50 into phi. Phi is your into 200. Your microweber. Micro means 10 to the power minus 6. It is 10 to the power minus 6. Okay. Then upon your I is your, what is the value of I? 8 ampere. Okay. Whenever you will solve, so you can cancel this one with your 25, because 25 8 is 200. Okay. So 25, then you are getting your around how much? It will be your 5 into 25. So 125 and minus 6. Minus 6 is here and your 0 is there. 10 to the minus 6. So you can write down it is 10 to the power minus 5. Okay, 10 to the power minus 5. But the answer is not there. Answer is in your millihenry. Answer is, all the answers are in your millihenry. That means you have to find out that into sum of the amount into 10 to the power minus 3. So here 10 to the power minus 5 is there. That means you can write down it is into 10 to the power minus 2 into somehow same thing 1, 2, 5. So if you solve this one, you are getting how much? Now 1.25 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. Now you can write down it is 1.25 milli and the unit of L is Henry. Okay, this is your answer. So find out the answer. What is the choice? A, B, yes, it is 1.25 millihenry. Okay, this is the correct choice. Okay, so with that I am concluding this class. I am concluding that video, and hope whatever the problems are there, whatever the different statements are there, you have gone through that, and hope the class and that A to Z education, A to Z electrical will help you in your future growth. Thank you, and be with us for your next upcoming videos. Thank you again.